record? Okay. Melanie is recording this for me, and you can find my YouTube channel where I load all the videos of all my demonstrations.
Wait, hold up.
Hold up.
You have a YouTube channel? I didn't.
I'm allowed, yes.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to double check what it is. I think it's.
That's by Judith Rohr.
Is it Jude Rohr? How do you spell
Yeah.
Rohr? Go to it.
ROHRER.
Okay. I don't know if it's spelled like that
Like Judith Rohr or something.
or like this. I think it's spelled like this. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. Okay?
I feel like the second one is better.
Well, then I'll change it because Calvin
I
said.
think I'm subscribed to one of them. I could check.
Okay. Can you check for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, for starters, I asked you to practice your calligraphy. And then after you practice your calligraphy, what I want you to do on graph paper is write your quote and make sure you give the source of your quote. And what you're doing here is aligning it how you would like it to be, and you're making sure it fits on the page and you have the correct size for your calligraphy, okay? So that's what, and I just need a little bit of room. Can you stand right beside Melanie right there? That'd be great. Okay, so I have this written out how I would like it. And so my next step is, if somebody could grab me 2 pieces of masking tape, that would be delightful. I have this onion skin paper, which I keep in that back storage room. So when you're ready for this, I'll get it for you. Can you imagine if I leave it out, it's gonna get all creepy and inky and dirty and gross?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need for this to be lined up, and we need for it to stay lined up. So I'm gonna have you tape these 2 pages together, but I am particular on how you tape it. And how I would like you to tape it is the hinge method. And that only requires 2 pieces of tape. So the hinge method is taping it at the top, not taping it down to anything, not taping it to your blotter or anything like that, but literally creating a hinge like a door. And it's not completely necessary for this, but we're gonna use the hinge method to do tracing also. You're gonna trace your own drawings. And you can always lift and see if your image is going through, and you'll see what that means later, but the hinge method is the best method. And realistically, if you can do 3 pieces of tape, that's good too. So, once you get that hinged on there, you're gonna go ahead and you're going to start doing your calligraphy final. Does anyone see a pair of glasses on my desk? They're pink. Are they over there?
Got it.
Got it? Thank you. Oh, those are dirty. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to start tracing the calligraphy that you already did. And the reason that we're doing this is like for spacing and to make sure you spell everything right. You have the correct size on all of your letters. And I don't want you to think about what you're doing. I want you to concentrate on making beautiful calligraphy. Do you remember the video we saw where the monks, they did the Book of Hours, they did the medieval manuscripts, and there was tons of mistakes in them because they were doing first runs. So you're gonna go through and create your quote. And I'm not gonna make you watch me do the whole thing. And if you had like something underneath that you didn't like, and you can just change it a little bit when you do your calligraphy. So I'm just gonna do 1 line on that. All right, so here is the other step. I have what's called this rag cotton paper, and I have multiple colors, all right? And what I need for you to do And I have lighter colors and darker colors. So the darker colors you're going to want to use light pastel on, and the lighter colors maybe go a little bit darker. All right. So your images are going to go perhaps in and around your calligraphy. So what I did, I found, oh, here's the other thing too. I want you, for period 2 in your planner, we haven't really used it this week. I would like you to write your quote in period 2. And I went up to Wednesday, and Wednesday's already gone, right? So you don't need it. So I want you to write your quote in period 2, that way you always have it. Because you guys are keeping your planners on you all the time, right? Yeah, that way if you don't have your computer, something's not working, whatever, you have it written down. I also had to write the name of my person down again because it's spelled very oddly, and I would misspell it if I hadn't written it down when I was looking at it. So I chose, since I'm using a Cherokee Native quote, I didn't want to go really literal. That's why I don't want you guys doing portraits or anything like that. So I just went as simple as finding some feathers, because feathers are very ceremonial in the culture, and so why not, right? So I went ahead and I started drawing some feathers here, and then I went in with oil pastels, and I made sure to pick light colors, and I started designing. And then after, you can see on the red one, I started going around some of the oil pastel with a really small calligraphy pen and bringing some of the designs out a little bit. I did that earlier, and I did everything so it would dry, so I was ready for you guys. And I would show you some more, but I don't want it to be wet, okay? When you finish your calligraphy and you finish the design behind it, and I don't want to take this off, this is another benefit of doing the hinge, right? So we're going to take this rice paper and we're going to put it over your design in your calligraphy. So this is why mine, I picked dark and feather. Now I'm thinking about Leo's. You're Stan Lee, right? Or no? Yeah. He's doing Stan Lee, and he did a bunch of characters, and we really want to see those Marvel characters. So I highly suggest that Leo would pick a light piece of rag paper, okay? So you can do your characters kind of dark, and if you do your characters dark, they'll show through. My feathers don't show through that much, do they? Can you see them? And I picked one of the darker papers. So maybe I just, maybe I need to go in and put white on there and some more black and create contrast. But that's also why I want you to do the hinge, because now that I saw that, I'm gonna have to change the back a little bit. I want it to be really subtle. I don't want it to be like high contrast and everything. So I might just be okay with that. I might be okay with it just having a light design in the background. But another thing that I can do is that once I get done with my calligraphy, I need my glasses on for this. Some of the designs that I have in the back, I can go ahead and go over them in the front a little bit. So you can use some of that design process on the front of your calligraphy. So like if Leo wants to go ahead and put some designs on, and then in addition, I have colored pencil. So maybe, but I don't want you to create new designs. Maybe you want to pull some from behind, okay? So maybe I just, in some places in here, I just want to bring in more of that red. And on the rice paper, you don't want to use the oil pastel, you only want to use colored pencil. So maybe if I want this to show up a little bit more, I'll come over this feather and make it show up, and then I can come in with the calligraphy pen. Oops, it was messy. And I can join those two things, and I can make that design show up a little bit here. Does that make sense? Pulling the design to the front and putting it on and like making it fade into the letters. Now, there's a lot of other options. There's a lot of other solutions. I need for you to create a design behind your calligraphy and do your calligraphy quote. Those are the two things that are mandatory. And then if you have some creative solutions, how you want to do this, that's on you. And have fun with it, okay? Do you have any questions for me? Does that help you out with what you're doing now a little bit better? I think you guys were getting a little lost on the picture behind, and I totally get it, and I know you needed to see it, okay? All right, no questions? Okay, I'm gonna load this, and hang on a second. Did you stop?